I'm Amy Riles with Honestly Horses, and I thought I would just show you a quick video on how to warm up your stiff horse. I give myself a 15-minute warm-up on my horses. That means I walk for 15 minutes. It's very hard to do that some days when I have an agenda and I have things I've got to get done and other horses to work, but it's vitally important for our horses that we warm them up correctly. You wouldn't want to hit the ground running, so to speak, and go run a sprint or a long race like a marathon without doing proper stretching and warm up first. So I thought I'd give you a couple of short lateral movements and bending that I do with my horse. I'm just going to show you what those look like coming towards the camera and moving away from the camera so that you can see what my legs and my body are doing. I'm going to over exaggerate it just slightly to show you what it looks like and help you be able to maybe imitate that with your horse and get the same type of flexion. So all I'm doing right now is I'm walking and I'm just asking her for a little bit of bend both directions, and I'll show you what that looks like. Change direction here and change that bend. I'm going to change the position of my right leg a little bit. I'm just going to ask her to bend around that right leg. So as I ask my horse to bend, I turn my hips the direction that I'm wanting to go, and I ask her to just curl her body around my inside leg. That's what that looks like right there. I just lay my inside leg on at my girth a little bit, and I lift with my hips and turn that way. That gets a bend that direction. That helps her step up underneath herself from behind. It helps her spring that rib cage a little more instead of just bending her neck. I'm applying a light contact on that outside rein just to keep her from over flexing, especially to the left, because she has a tendency to be real flexy bendy that way and not so much the other way. So to the right, it takes a little more leg and seat on my behalf. When I ask her to bend this way, if you watch, I can implement my leg here and turn my hips and see her lift her head as I lift my rein a little bit and kind of come this way. That's a slight change, and that's what I want. So we're going to do that, and we're going to walk off this direction. As I ask her to hold that bend a little bit, just a little outside rein there. Right there, that's the bend I'm looking for. Nice, nice, nice. Good girl. Nice. So when I begin with a young horse, I'll ask for that, but I only ask for 3 to 5 strides at a time. I don't ask for a full circle like I'm doing with this horse. I ask this horse to bend and flex, and I continue around my circle, and I'll kind of make different size circles, maybe down to a 5-meter circle and then up to a larger circle that encompasses the whole width of this, which is about 20 meters. So that's a helpful exercise to get my horse bending. Another thing that I'll do is I'll ask her to bend and flex on a straight line. So then when I do that, I'm only asking her to bend her front around my leg a little bit, her shoulder. I'm asking her to tip her shoulder a little bit and maintain a bend, but walk along a straight line. So we're not actually tracking in a circle. And I'll show you what that looks like going away and coming back real quick. And I'm just going to turn. position for her so that I don't get her side passing. She does pretty handy leg yield, so to hold her in that line is pretty tricky and requires my position and my timing to be pretty good. But I think you can get an idea of kind of what that looks like when I just start to warm up. And I'll warm her up like that for 15 minutes. We'll go over the ground poles. We'll do lots of suppling for about 15 minutes, and then we'll step that up into a jog, and I'll work that for about another 10 minutes as I just get her really kind of warmed up and her heart rate going and her loosened up. She starts out really stiff. She's recovering from a pretty severe foot injury, and that means that she's pretty out of shape, and she's also just really stiff when we first start to work. These exercises help her soften and supple so that when we go to do more strenuous exercises, I'm not putting undue strain and stress on her muscles and tendons, and she's much more